My fellow traders, I hope everybody had a great day today. Mine was kind of abbreviated, but it turned out to be an incredible day. Got to catch this move before I had to go to my appointment, and then ended up getting hold of this GME earnings trade aftermarket. So really made for a good day, and it's a test of patience. It's kind of what we were talking about earlier in chat. But there's a lot of stuff I'm gonna try to cover 2 days because I didn't get to do it yesterday. You know, we went to a basketball game last night, got back too late, and didn't really get to finish putting it together. So gonna try to cover both of these the last 2 days here in this recap. So just for you guys, there were several people that asked me about mentoring and wanting to check out the class that we did, or the webinar that we did. It was just a quick 30-minute webinar. So but I am going to post the link to the video on the description part of this, and those of you that want to check it out, you can go to that link. You don't need a password to see it. So those that do want to check it out, I know just a couple of you, but I'm gonna post it. Just want to let you know that. So yesterday we knew GME was going to report earnings today. So I rarely hold a swing into earnings, especially when I'm expecting it to tank once earnings are announced. A lot of these stocks get run up into earnings and get overinflated, and they dump it. And so I've been waiting for 15. And just to give you a little bit of backstory on this, last week GME came out with this incredible news. Ironically, a week before earnings. We were trying to push this up, and I thought it would hit 15 that day, but it didn't. I ended up holding it for a couple of days, and it worked out pretty good. We made a pretty good penny on it. So well, not as much as I would have wanted to hold this thing for several days, but we'll look at the P&L on it here in a second. But all of my all of these are just one order. This is just how they how it got broken up when I sent my order. But these are where I covered it at 15. I just had an order sitting there at 15, and it covered it. So it was really nice. It did run up to like 15.25 later on, or maybe after market, but it hit my target, and I was happy for that. So we covered that. Apple, I took it off yesterday morning because it had gapped up. The market had gapped up. It had gapped through that 20 EMA that we were looking at the day before, and so because it did that, I didn't want any part of being short Apple, because I figured it was going to follow the market anyway. So I went ahead and got out just before 7 o'clock. I just took the rest of it off. Now, I probably could have picked up a little bit, got back in the green, but I just took that 129 loss. I already booked profit on this, so this just kind of cut into it a little bit. Wasn't a big deal. I just didn't want to take a chance. I have to leave at 7, and if I can avoid it, I don't want to be driving, trying to check my laptop and have to pull over to try to take a trade off, if I don't have to. So I just went ahead and killed it. So here's on GME. After commissions, we got 930.65. And you can go through and check. You know, I posted on the recap videos from that day. If I took some off, then I posted it. And you guys got to see, you know, what I posted. So this is, you should be able to see all of these on the recaps if you don't remember them. So this, you know, pretty nice. You know, here is the first day I got in. Right here, this is the daily chart. And I bought it when it was running up on that news. It just didn't do anything. So I ended up taking some profit here. And then here's where I took the rest. So that was pretty nice. And Apple only ended up with 835.95 because I took that hit yesterday morning. But what happened was I was supposed to be putting in my stop, and I ended up adding to my position. I think I talked about that before. No, just made a mistake in the order and ended up adding 100 shares. Just messed up my average and everything. But you know, I'll take it. It's not what I wanted, but I'll take it. So those were the two that I've been holding for the last couple of days. Yesterday, if you watched the live stream yesterday morning, if not, you can go back and check these. These were on that live stream. These were the two trades. And both of these trades, I got screwed royally on. I should have made about $120, $130. I only ended up with $55.48 for both of these trades. All because of this slippage. Now, this was only 9 cents, which wasn't bad. So, you know, what happened, we got in. Now, yeah, I probably should have got in closer to this low here. But I was a little late getting in. Sold off. It hit this level. And just buying. Just got bought straight up. Got a 9 cent slippage on this. So fine, that's okay. I can deal with that, especially when the stock's flying back like that. The reason why I do that is because I don't want my order to get jumped. And I'll take it wherever it hits. You know, just so I don't end up having to cover up here because it's gotten out of hand. So TIF, this is the one that really nailed me. This one, we got in off this rejection. I thought this was a perfect entry and covered some here because it started to show that we were running into a little bit of support. And this thing did make a quick move up and then back down. But I didn't have my stop in at that point. It actually moved up before I could even get my stop in. And then this thing just went to run up, and this stock was on short sale restriction. So I would expect a stock on short sale restriction to squeeze up real quick. But I had, and because of that, you can see I shorted it at 93.99. I covered some, and then my stop was at 93.90 or 93.95, and it didn't hit until 94.29. That's when it fell. It sat there, and it could have filled. Now, what pissed me off is it could have filled at 94. It could have filled at 94, 01, 02, 03, 04. It could have done all of that. It sat there pending until it finally fell at 94.29. I mean, and this was like for everybody to see. So, you know, Short Trader is not doing anybody any favors by, you know, crap like that. But I mean, it happens. It doesn't happen often. It only happens when we have a stock that's on SSR and we get these quick pops that blow through my stop, I mean, it happens. But like if this was happening every week, then yeah, I'd be really upset. But this happens once every blue moon. It's not a common thing, but it shouldn't happen at all, to be honest with you. Especially when you have price action between where your stop is and where the order fires off. You know, it doesn't make any sense. But like I said, I got back too late to do my P&L. So by the time we got home, this thing had already, you know, cycled out and reset for the next day. So didn't get to print it, but only got $55.48. Both of these good trades, you know, just covering the first target on both of these trades. Had I been able to stop out at break even, I should have had around $120, $130 profit. So, you know, that was how my day went yesterday. We had the red day Tuesday. Wednesday, it just sucked. The only good thing is I closed out both swing trades and was able to lock in that profit yesterday. But day trading wise, it just stunk. All right, so today, remember I told you the SPY yesterday had blown through the 20. So, you know, now we're looking for it to run up to the 200. I was looking for it to, you know, really continue to take off, but it started selling off coming into the open a little bit, you know, and it just kind of hung around. And at the open, it did sell off. So I waited for this bounce, and I ended up getting in some TVIX, you know, and you guys know I was really patient. The day trades were kind of not working out right. BOX, beautiful opening range breakdown. Had it on watch, but took my eyes off it because it was just trading sideways pre-market. And I just took my eyes off it and was looking at these other stocks and completely missed the move. Completely missed it. And, you know, whenever that happens, you know, it's real easy to get antsy and want to take a trade and all of that stuff. But I fought that urge and just was patient. And when TVIX set up, you guys saw me jump on it. And I was fortunate to get it before I had to leave. So, you know, we got in it here and had to hold through this little mini pullback here. And, you know, we finally got this big march up. Was able to take profit at these key points. Should have had an order sitting here at 44.50, but I didn't. I just kind of missed out on it. This candle opened. Well, really, the problem was I was supposed to leave at 10:30. My wife was waiting on me, and because, you know, she had to drive, and I was just like kind of rushed, wasn't thinking clearly, did not put that where it needed to be. And then when this candle opened, it started to sell. And I don't have internet in her car. So I could not manage this, and it was going to be 30 minutes before we got to where we needed to go, or maybe a little bit longer. I couldn't risk it, so I had to take it off. I almost just put an order at 45 with no stop, you know, which would have been dumb. But I didn't do it. I just like, look, this was a decent trade. I locked in some profit. I got the meat of this move. You know, I don't think it's going to go that much higher. So I just went ahead and killed it. And, you know, just erred on the side of caution, which was a smart thing to do, because by the time I got to the doctor's office, this is what it had done. It had pulled all the way back. And had I done that, well, it wouldn't let me do that because I can't short it. So it wouldn't have let me put both those orders in anyway. But that would have been very dumb. And we were looking for it to bounce off of this, but it never really set back up. Never set up, never gave us another entry. So, it took about an hour and a half to go through what I had to go through. And when I got back out, I was looking and I was like, I'm glad this thing happened, because I probably would have jumped in and lost more money. But 216.99 was good on this. I'm happy with it. Now for the earnings play, here's GME. We got out of the swing yesterday. In this, and I've gone over this time and time again. I've shared maybe 20 of these. People that are still hanging out in the chat room, they get to hear my thoughts on this, what I'm looking for to happen, ahead of time. I'm telling you before this even happens what I'm looking for. And you have to get in these before the market closes. If you wait, the spreads get crazy and there's no way you can get a good entry. So you got to have conviction, and it's not a guess. I had to do some research. I had to do my due diligence, just like I shared in the class that I have on this. And you can't just guess that it's going to go down. I do sector analysis. I look at what the other stocks did in the same space. What did they do? I look at how it performed the last couple of times. I look at what the projections are. There's a lot of things that I look at night prior to, the day that they report earnings. And because I was swinging this, I was pretty intimately familiar with the stock and what I felt it was going to do. So that's why I took it. That's why I had the conviction to trade it. I wanted to use my main account because I wanted to size up on it. I wanted to make some money. This week's been kind of tough. And, that's what we did. Of course, you're going to get this quick pop-up, and then you get the selling. It's going to do just what you want it to do. And first target, down through, didn't make the second target. I was going to try to get this 1250 and then wait to see if we get through the 52-week low, but we couldn't. And here, we just started to grind up a little bit. I figured the move was over, and I took the rest off here. But 1216.39, I would definitely take it. And it was just a matter of just being patient, not forcing it, waiting for it to come. If this had turned around and ran up and went green on the day, I'd have never touched it, because it did something that I didn't expect it to do. And, I leave it alone. Now, case in point, we were looking at, all right, here, I just got two of the same slide. Here's it bouncing here. Just had two of the same slide. Box. We were looking at box yesterday. Now, I go back and I look. The last couple times box reported earnings. Back here, gap down. Ran up, gap down. Ran up in the earnings, gap down. Here, ran up, gap down. So here we had a huge sell-off between the last time. So this is telling me that these guys are predicting that this stock's going to not report very well here. That's kind of what this is telling me. So I'm going to expect a gap down on this because we ran up. Now, yesterday, you know what happened in the market? It rebounded. It made that huge move. Well, we blew through the 20 and just made this strong move. When the market did that, and, we blew up over and went green on the day, That was it. Just like I told you with GME, had we on this, had we run up and gone green here and kind of stayed, I wouldn't have traded it. It would have been just like yesterday. So there's things that I'm looking for that's going to tell me whether this is going to be a good trade for me or it's not going to be a good trade for me. You know, so, well, here's yesterday. Here it is. It was, you see how it was over? It was green on the day, and it just never came back. Never really, you know, you had a little pullback here, a little pullback here, but it was green, very green. But had GME done this today, then no, I wouldn't have traded it. It would have told me that we're going to have something crazy like this. And then look what happened. What I thought would happen here, when it reported earnings, it ended up doing it the next day. This is the big move I missed this morning. This was on my watch, but I just flat missed it. The entry was right here. Really nice move. But you can't let that get to you. If you miss a move, so be it. Pack up and move on. Okay, there's going to be plenty more moves. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. You know, but we're going to have another one relatively soon. And when it happens, we got to be ready to maximize our potential. You know, and that's what I did today. I maximized the potential on TVIX as best I could with the schedule I had. I had to leave. I wasn't going to be, I wasn't going to risk it. I wasn't going to get crazy and take a chance and get back all my money. I wasn't going to do that. So I had to play smart. And then wait. And we caught this earnings after market. You know, a couple people in chat took it. Some did some options. And I don't mess with options, but, you know, hey, they got it. They can do it. I can't. So, more power to them. All right, so that's going to do it for me. You're all caught up with where I'm at. We'll see if we can close out the week strong. If not, I'm not going to force it. You know, I'm happy. Today, you know, really made me feel better about the week. You know, locking in those swings yesterday made me feel better about the week. So, I can go into Friday happy, under no stress, and that's what it's all about. We just go in, sit back, wait for our moves to happen. If they don't, we enjoy the rest of our weekend. We start our weekend early. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for me. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning.